Hey, Kliq This fans, want to get closer to the show than ever? Join Kliq This TV. Kliq This TV offers early commercial-free access to wrestling's hottest podcast, plus live audience tapings of their show every friggin' week. Head to KliqThisTV.com now and get inside the show that's just too sweet.
The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
All right, we're back. Kliq This, the Kevin Nash podcast. He's Kev, I'm Sean. Episode 174, for those who like to keep count. Kev, good news. I see a Boston federal judge has indicated she's going to intervene over the SNAP food assistance money set to expire November 1st with the government shutdown. So it looks like your SNAP payments will be covered. You'll be okay.
I was
Perhaps
amazed.
if she gets.
I was amazed at how little bit that people get. It's
So
like-
few people,
it's like
or the amount.
The amount. It's like $6 a day. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the breakdown is, but I know that it's like single mothers. I know vets, senior citizens, like that's the majority of the people that are, you know, there's so many households that somebody's working full time, but they just don't make enough money to feed the family.
Right.
You know, it's like there's this conception that, you know, everybody that's on snaps of but back in the day, there used to be like, oh yeah, if you have 6 kids, you know, but if you have a 7th, you get more of this, and it's not like that anymore. You know, I have a niece that you know that they just don't make much money, and they filed for that, and they were turned down. The government's tough on that shit. The Trump administration is very tough on it.
Mm-hmm. The total costs would be about $8.5 billion to $9 billion a month, keeping it funded. There is a contingency fund with like $5 billion, in it, according to some court filings I was seeing about. But in
So so how much is it a month?
8.5 to 9 billion to fund it.
And isn't there 42 million people, like households on it? Do we know?
Let's see what I'm looking at.
Let's do the math. Let's do the amount.
Here, go, Steve. Scroll up. I have the monthly. I think the monthly benefit is $160 a month.
I want to think it was 168 or 188. There was something that was 190.
190. Okay, so
190 a month.
Yeah,
190 a month. Shit.
The fuck you buying with that? Well, all the prices came down, didn't they? So everything's cheaper. The eggs, the bread, the eggs. They're eating the cats, the eggs.
The fucking beef sure as hell hasn't went down.
No, nothing's down. I know who told me that? Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yep. I tell you, one of the things that you know, even that consumer price index that was 3 point whatever the fuck it was the other day. But that includes shit like televisions and, you know, like you can buy a 50-inch television for $11 now, you know, but it's like I look at my life and when insurance goes up, like fuck, man, like I've got 5 properties down here. I've got to have hurricane insurance on all of them, and all those things go up every year, just astronomically. I've never once filed a claim. I've been down here for
Right.
fucking almost 30 years. I've never filed a claim, and I'm paying out the ass. I mean, we had $60,000 worth of damage on our roof, and I just paid out of pocket because I knew that they'd drop me.
Yeah,
So,
that's some game. The insurance companies say you pay for it so that you have it when you need it, and then when you need it, and you're going to get back some of what you've paid, they drop you and do everything they can to not pay you.
well, yeah, and do it as well. Yeah, you paid $60,000 for that roof 10 years ago, but now with depreciation of the roof, we can give you 32. You're like, what? Shit
Right.
goes up. Shit doesn't.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But is anybody like? We were on a group text the other night, all of us, and I said, fucking like, because I know that people just aren't aware unless you live in the hurricane belt that shit's coming up, and I was watching this Category 4, soon to be 5, start to hook towards Jamaica.
This was Hurricane Melissa, right?
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, because I thought like the hurricane gurus all predicted that this year that there would be a Category 5 that would fucking hit Miami proper.
Mm-hmm.
And, imagine fucking 185-mile-an-hour winds hitting those high rises. And the wind goes up fucking 5 miles an hour like every fucking 3 stories. So all those fucking glass high rises down there would have got decimated. But have you seen any of the drone footage of Jamaica?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fuck.
Yeah, I was watching some of it when it was happening. So now what's the Florida situation? I got to fly there Saturday.
Your only problem's going to be air traffic control.
Weather's not an issue.
No, there's nothing unless fucking Atlas turns the corner and fucking it's like Battlestar Galactica and they fucking let go fucking 700 fucking thousand fucking spaceships.
Right. Before we get off the shutdown, I just want to say my stomach turns with both parties now.
Oh God, yes.
When you learn the measure of somebody when you put them under stress, right? So here's an administration using this as an opportunity to stand on the bodies of the suffering, to point the finger and lay some blame. The Democrats are not budging because they want the healthcare subsidies. The 24 million people currently get health insurance from the subsidized marketplaces, and so of course they're not going to budge on that. I don't hear them. I don't know if there's been concessions for a lot of the other bullshit that they want in there to be cut out. But this is the time to say, all right, enough of the fucking pronoun stuff. Anything in the pork in the bills that the Democratic side is pushing for, it's nowhere near right now. These are social constructs, and that stuff can be worked out down the road. Here we had the potential to have people lose important benefits that they earn as being American citizens. People forget that. You earn that. You're entitled to this because you're an American citizen. So we're about to lose that. Can we talk about the fucking social stuff another time?
Well, to me, like the air traffic controllers. I mean, Jesus, man, we've had so many close calls, and now that you're gonna not pay them, or some will be calling in sick. People will be doing double shifts. Like you don't want that system fucking. it's bad enough that it's so antiquated that it's, you know.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is this: when you shut down the federal government, the first fucking crew of people that should be without pay should be fucking Congress.
I was going to say the
Period.
politicians that allow it to happen.
Those motherfuckers that immediately, and they're all fucking multimillionaires.
But their pay is affected by this.
Well, I mean, it's not. They're still getting paid.
During the shutdown?
Fuck yeah.
I would imagine. I would have thought that was forewent to
Shit.
government expense.
Shit.
Was it considered a emergency first responder pay or something that they have a loophole
man.
they can continue to receive?
It's called fucking. It's called we're the bank and monopoly.
Right.
But I think that if you're the Democratic Party right now, and the fucking Fox / right is saying that what you guys are holding up the government on is you want medical care and medical insurance for illegal aliens. That's their talking point, and which you can't do. You can't give them.
It doesn't
fucking,
happen. It's
I know, but the thing is, the Democrats. Okay, you've done nothing for fucking week after week after week. How about this? How about you put in writing exactly what you want to fucking open the government back up? So you give them your fucking. It's no fucking. Transgender Sesame Street gets fucking $400 million. It's
this is
not.
my point.
As I said, but you put it in writing what you want, and then that way, if it is some fucking bullshit, then they can get called out on it. But if it's not bullshit, if it's fucking black and fucking white, what they want, and those are the fucking talking points. Now that all you have to do is say, here's our fucking demands, and they keep saying that we're holding them hostage. And it's just like, I don't know, because I don't know what the fuck, because there is no coverage, because they do fucking nothing.
The story we get is not always the truth, right? So
Is it ever?
It's sometimes partial, but of course we never get the full scope. What I understand it to be, the sticking point that they're not budging on is the subsidies for the Affordable Care Act. The Republicans have been on a quest to dismantle, but you remember when Obamacare went through, they talked about it like the sky was going to fall. We were not going to be able to see doctors, the quality of health goes, and of course nothing's happened. The sky hasn't fallen.
No, it actually
we've insured
worked.
25 more. Right, we've insured 25 more million people.
If I don't if I recall correctly, when President Trump had his first term, he said that he was working on a plan. It was going to be a beautiful plan. It was going to be better than fucking the Obama plan. And they went 4 fucking years. They never came up with nothing. They went 4 years under the Biden administration, where they still had a chance to put something together. They won again. Trump's back in office. They still don't have anything put together. So until somebody on that side decides that they don't want to fucking just give tax breaks to the trillionaires, they need to fucking... when you say it's the biggest tax, this beautiful bill is the biggest tax break of all time, and I'm like... Not when the fucking bottom 5% is paying more in taxes.
And at what cost, though? The tax break at what cost? You're going to cost people more because they have to pay more for health insurance now.
Well, exactly.
So it's a shell game. The one who benefits is the top.
Always.
Always. Absolutely.
Always.
This seems like... It seems like common sense, Kevin, but that always doesn't work for everybody.
That that doesn't. If you look up government, there's not a paragraph that starts with common sense.
You're right.
So
You're right. But I don't know. I vacillate between saying that I'm not gonna turn on any I'm not gonna open any news apps. There's nothing happening right near that now that I need to know about. I know.
well, I
for
would
the
like
most
to
part.
know the specifics on the China-U.S. trade agreement that was talked out with Xi and Trump. I mean, I saw some bullet points. It seems like basically we've cut back 10% of the tariffs from 40 to 30. They're opening the mineral rights. And it's going to be for a year. There's some Mox Nix fucking mention on fentanyl, a drop of the fentanyl trade. But people think that when they see fentanyl, they don't realize that fentanyl is also used in anesthesia and other things. So it's, but
Did you get a little bit of that action when you were
yeah,
getting your procedure?
yeah.
Yeah, how'd you like it? Was thumbs up?
Well, it's quick, It's like you're out for 15 minutes. You wake up, you're not groggy. It's, yeah. The only problem is I woke up, I was fucking frozen, bent over in a fucking Philadelphia fucking park. That fucked me up, but
Kensington Kev.
No,
I got morphine a couple of weeks ago when I had to do a little emergency
I
room
know.
visit, which I understood immediately. When they took the tie off and that warmth washes over.
All of a sudden you felt like Hunter Thompson.
Yeah, or Edgar Allan Poe. I quoth me nevermore. I was saying to the waitress, to the waitresses, to the nurse. Yeah. So, but they're talking about the medical grade fentanyl production,
and then there was some, there was also some language to stop the transfer of it as far as a narcotic. So.
Well, we're blowing them up as they come in. What are we up to? I think 9 boats I saw, right? The number 9 boats we've blown up. Yeah. No proof of anything yet, right? Nothing.
But the thing is, it's good? You watch the news, and you get absolutely no coverage from any news on anything that's going on in the world, and then you go on Instagram or Reddit it's just like, well, the fucking Chinese, China's let go of their number one aircraft carrier group, and it's on its way to Venezuela to protect the Venezuela people. You're thinking, oh my God, we're gonna have World War fucking III down here over a couple of fucking kilos, and just nothing ever comes to fruition. It's like, no, there's nothing going on, and they flew 2 B-1 bombers down that way. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, Kev. It's
all I know is fucking he blew up those Colombians, and then fucking we got shitty with the Colombians. They got shitty back. And then it puts that puts a kibosh on fucking. Medellín's still fucking chill, and if you need to get your fucking stem cells done, BioAccelerator's still the place to go, and the Colombian people will let somebody smart enough to use stem cells.
Hats off to Medellin. I have a funny Medellin anecdote this week. So, I wrote this book, of course, Monkey Morales, available now, doing very well. Go grab it if you're into espionage, and I say it's equal parts James Bond, Rambo, and Scarface. So, you circulate in this world enough, doing the book, meeting people, and so the next I signed my next book deal a couple of weeks ago. I'm doing the story of Lieutenant Raul Diaz, who, if you saw Griselda on Netflix, he was the Cuban cop that was
right.
after her, so I'm doing his story. So then he tells me the pilot for the Medellin cartel back in the day has asked for my phone number. So I go right to, it's for a book, right? But can one be sure? So, so I said, well, let's do email first.
Do you have enough property for them to land a plane?
I think those days are over for him. But
Come on, it's like riding a bike.
yeah, but it is. So it is for a. It's apparently for a book. I'm pigeonholing myself into one very specific world I'm writing about.
It does wait till, well, fuck it. I get on Netflix, man. There's enough narco shit to fucking, you know.
It's still marketable, I guess.
Yeah, you
right?
can't get enough. And the thing is there was so much of it, and so much of it was CIA backed that there's a lot of shit that's just now, you know, coming out.
Yeah, 100% true.
I'm coming out with my life story next week, but the only problem is that 99.3% of it's redacted. So,
right.
Yeah.
We'll petition the National Archives to release every few years. We'll talk about a few more documents have been released, and any mentions of a grassy knoll, or you take care of that with Manscaped, I think, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Still my fucking go-to.
Well, Kev, if a big box arrives on my doorstep, maybe that's a thank you from the pilot, or it could be my next order of BUTCHERBOX. Now,
Nice.
I know you're a big fan too, because you've always talked to us about the importance of the grass-fed and the quality meats, and you're a meat connoisseur. Got to be careful how I say that these days. You're a meat connoisseur, but you know, we got a holiday coming up too, so I want people to remember that, you know, prepping for Thanksgiving does not have to terrify you. You can lean on your friends at ButcherBox. They can help out if you'd not rather deal with the crowded meat aisles or, you know, play rock, paper, scissors for the last turkey. ButcherBox delivers the good stuff right to your door. Okay, make sure your holiday centerpiece is not the thing that sends you spiraling. No meat meltdowns, just delicious delivery, whether you're gearing up for a full house or just, you know, surviving weeknight dinners, toddlers. ButcherBox makes it easy. They deliver over 100 premium protein choices straight to your door, including 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork, raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. For nearly a decade, ButcherBox has led the industry with meat and seafood that's antibiotic-free, hormone-free, independently verified. It's a cleaner, more trustworthy version of what you'd find at the grocery store, and it's delivered right to your door. As an exclusive offer, our listeners are getting in on the action. All right, you're going to get listen to this shit right now. Our listeners can get free turkey or ham in their first box, or choose ground beef for life as your bonus, plus $20 off your first order. You're going to go to butcherbox.com/Nash. It's a ridiculous offer. You got to go there, choose your offer, get this limited time deal. Free shipping, always free shipping, having nothing to do with any deal. That's butcherbox.com/Nash. Don't forget to use our link there, that URL, so they know that we sent you. Get your free turkey or ham, or you get your ground beef for life, plus $20 off your first order. Unbelievable. Butcherbox.com/Nash. Kev, you're a bit of a coffee guy. I do know you have a cup of coffee every morning. I don't know if you saw this, but I wanted to be the first to tell you. Your old buddies, Alex and Chris, the Motor City Machine Guns, they have a coffee line now called Motor City, I believe. So let me get the deets here for you so you can grab it. It's called the Motor City Machine Guns Blend, yes. And I'm looking at some of their ad copy here. You can get the high-octane energy of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. And there it is. So, Kev,
Sweet.
maybe you want to check it out. Give him a...
I just actually was in text messaging with Alex this week.
He should have sold you on the... they have, I think it's a 12-ounce bag for $25. So, check it out. Friends of the show. We had Alex on, right?
Yeah.
For God's sakes. Back in the day, you can get those at on our Patreon if you go to KliqThisTV.com and check out our old shows.
One of my
with some
favorite
friends.
people. One of my favorite people on earth. Both good dudes. I love it because Alex he's such a pro 313 guy. Living that Detroit life.
There's some cities that have that, right? Where you could get the ink of the area code and it means something.
Yeah.
Like I can't put 201. My area just there's nothing to, I don't even think New York, I don't think 212 even really means anything. But I see it with Detroit. I see it with Miami a lot. So there's certain cities you get the creds, those 3 digits mean something. I don't know why. Certain cities carry a pride. Steve, what are you, 215? In the old days? Your Philly action? I think Philly's 215, if I recall correctly. And I don't know. I mean, does it mean anything? If you got a 215 tattoo, Steve, people wouldn't know what the fuck you were talking about. Nor would they care.
God, we were 313. I was 313 my entire life, but now there's, I think, what is there, 248?
They do that. They had to split up because there were too many exchanges. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with Detroit is, like, people don't realize Detroit's like 39 square fucking miles, like the Detroit proper.
Right.
It's gigantic, man.
These other like areas of Detroit, are they like the suburb? Like, was it Livonia? What's the
Livonia?
Livonia. Like, are they cities unto themselves, or are they sections of Detroit?
No, they're cities upon themselves.
Okay. Gotcha.
They got their own school districts.
Like Taylor.
Yeah.
That's its own city. Okay.
Yeah.
But if I'm from Taylor, I'd probably tell people I'm from Detroit, right?
Well, because I think anybody that grew up I grew up in the suburbs. I didn't grow up in the city. But when anything you do as a kid, like when you go to a baseball game, when you go to a football game, when you go to a basketball game, when you go to a concert, when you go down to Greektown, when you party, it's like everything you do is functionally in that city. So you're like from where I grew up, if you go down to the river and turn your head left, you can see the Renaissance Center. But we're not in Detroit. But fucking right. I want to think we're 11 miles from the border of Detroit.
Right. Yeah, it's the same.
It's like living in Marietta. You know, you live in Marietta in Atlanta. Tamara and I lived in Marietta, and from our condo, like the sliding door, when you opened it, you could see the Atlanta skyline. So you're that close, but you're just
right.
So.
I hate that if I stood on the roof, I could see the fucking skyline of the city, but it will take me an hour and a half to get there. I could probably hit it with a stone, but just it's so frustrating to be a constant slave to traffic.
It ain't going nowhere, man.
I know.
Especially they just stopped the bill on that on the underground on that the underground train that goes from Jersey to New York. That's fucking leaking, and they just stopped the construction on that.
Yeah, I mean, we have enough crossings, but everything's so... they did a commuter tax here for a while, which drove people insane. And with those license plate readers, if you were driving in an area that was to be commuter taxed, you got zapped and you got a damn bill. So they're trying to keep it a commuter city where you can't take your car in. And people were going berserk when that was going on. And I had mixed feelings because, sometimes I do drive in. Then there's the other times where I say, there's just too much damn street traffic.
Well, I remember when we used to come in, we'd stay out in Elizabeth, and we'd come in and we'd take the fucking Lincoln Tunnel into the city, and that we were pretty close to the Garden from there. But we'd go park our car at the Days Inn, valet it, and then the fucking EMTs would come get us. And
So you put it in the Days Inn, like up in the 50, the one in it's like 8th Avenue and 54th Street or something like that. And then you go down to 34th Street is the Garden.
Right.
In the ambulance.
In the back of the ambulance. And you'd have like 8 guys in the back of the ambulance. And you'd fucking drive all the way up, get out, and then do the same thing on the way home.
That's something you guys put together, or the company helped you with that?
Fuck, man. It was in place when I got there. So I think it was the boys.
It could have been a McMahon thing, though, too, right?
Not
back in the Bruno days when they had to get, like...
Not when you couldn't get a fucking cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck, man. And that was before, like, getting a cup of coffee was a thing. Like, there wasn't no Starbucks in fucking 93. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
People didn't fucking go get a coffee.
Yeah.
You fucking, the only coffee was Mr. Coffee. Joe DiMaggio was pushing.
Was that the instant gimmick?
No, it was just that was the fucking
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have a fucking, like, a little Mr. Coffee, like a little 4-cup. And that's what I use.
Did you tell me the story, or was it Sean? Somebody needed an ambulance, and George Steele had commandeered, like, the only ambulance to take him out of the building or something like that one night.
I wasn't.
It wasn't you.
That must have been Kim. Must have been Sean.
Yeah, it might have even been somebody else, but someone I feel like I talked to recently that Steele got a little heat because he felt he needed the bus to get him out of there because it was a little crowded in the city that night.
I remember the last time that I worked the Garden for WWE was Survivor Series, and so I said, like, where do we park? And they're like, in the parking garage across the street from it. And I'm like, what? And we just parked like Marks, walked with the Marks, walked across the street, and then went through the fucking sawhorses where the fucking cops were. And I was just like, wow.
Most of your buildings, though, you got to pull in, right? Like, you go, like, you're not the Meadowlands, you can go underneath. And
well, yeah, a lot. And if not, there was a lot in the back, like United Center. There was a big lot in the back that was, like, the fans could come and see you, but they were like fucking, 30 feet up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Behind,
Boston Garden, they had that ramp in the back.
They had that ramp, the old one.
Old one, yeah.
That fucking wooden ramp that looked like fucking horse and buggy went up that motherfucker, man.
But the history on that ramp, Kev. How many of these buildings are left? I get real hard on about that stuff. I mean, it's used to be these buildings were up for 50, 60 years, and then I feel like now that it's this quest for more luxury boxes and stuff.
That's all it is. There was nothing wrong with the Auburn Hills Palace. I mean, I think that thing held 24,000 people, but there were no boxes. Like, now you go into the new arenas, and even when you watch Raw, like, you go into certain arenas that have, especially really good sports teams, and there's like 5 layers of boxes,
Oh yeah.
and then there's 8,000 fucking seats for the minions. But
What was the well in Detroit? What was the one they'd have to curtain off? Was that when they played in the dome?
that was when the Pistons played in the Silverdome. They'd have to curtain that off.
Why did they go there? They had the Palace still.
No, they were building the Palace.
Oh, it's okay. So it was in between.
Yeah, so they went from, God, I guess they went from Cobo Hall to there.
It would have to be because I don't remember another
Because
building.
I think Cobo held 10,000.
It was smaller, yeah.
It was a great.
But the Joe.
Yeah, they did.
But the Joe was bigger.
But I don't remember them playing basketball at the Joe.
Yeah, why not though? Did it conflict with the Red Wings?
No, because they at the Little Caesar Dome now, both the Red Wings and the Pistons play there.
Yeah, but maybe back then though, because it's the same season. It's winter for both. I don't know. I do know that Connor Hawk was listening to us last week, Kev, and or watching, and he said that Saudi convo was deep AF. Glad I listened to it. No more updates on that, right? We're still scheduled. Still scheduled.
And one thing that we didn't talk about is Paul was getting heat for them going to Saudi Arabia, and it's like, let's make sure that people understand that my friend's job is he's a head of creative. He's not the business guy that picks the fucking venues. That's not his job. That's not, it's above his pay grade.
But doesn't that play into creative at all? Like,
no, because you're gonna book. You're gonna book with the fuck. I mean, you can put a ring anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you're booking the action that goes on in the ring. You're booking for the event. Right. Does it help that that you have the spectacle that they had in Vegas? Or absolutely. But do you see the ads for the Vegas?
The one with the still picture, you mean?
The guys playing cards?
Yes.
Yeah. There's also I saw a live commercial of it too.
Oh, I didn't see it. No.
Yeah.
Madtown.
I thought that was very well done.
Yeah, well, you could have some fun with that with Vegas, in your ads. Madtown Angler. I'm still waiting for the end of the world. I'm 54 years old and it still hasn't happened. Think about the 10% of my money that I have saved, not donating it to the church. Well, they're not going to be able to help you.
Let me tell you something right now. If you're in any form or fashion involved with something that's religious, that's involves Christ, I can only speak for myself, but I know that my God and Jesus Christ don't need my money. So if you're giving anybody 10%,
he can never manage money, huh? It's odd. The all-knowing one.
Yeah, but it's just that's man's bullshit.
Didn't have the software, I guess, back then. Yeah, no. What do they tell people you should donate? Is it 10%? Is the number that high?
Yeah,
that's a lot of them. Unbelievable.
Sports agents only take 3.5.
No, why wouldn't? No, they. You mean to tell me Drew Rosenhaus wasn't hauling in 15%?
No, those guys don't take that. I mean, you could tell me that fucking you make fucking $200 million, some guy cuts a deal, you're gonna cut him 10% of that? Fuck no.
Well, why would that agency deal be different than your agent? Your agent gets?
That's
10,
completely
probably.
different. That's theatrical.
Still,
they're not
Tom
doing.
Cruise signs a $50 million deal.
Yeah, but they're doing what they're doing. You're doing a one-off with your agent in Hollywood. You're not signing a 7-year fucking deal that they negotiate one fucking time.
That's if you're on the cast of Friends, that's not true. You can have a long-term deal for a TV show.
Once it's successful.
Yeah. So that's horrifying. 3.5%. I mean, that's a lot of bank.
I think that. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think that's like kind of standard. What you pay. Fuck, man. You ever see what these NBA guys get fucking taxed?
I had a telling discussion with my accountant one time when I was handing him. You know the deal. When you get residuals, anyone that doesn't know, every year you're collecting residuals, right? So you're going to get a W-2 from every production company for whom you've worked. So, I give my poor guy a stack of those. But I was questioning that for some productions, let's say a film that you worked on, you did your work in New York, but they shot some of it in Arizona. So I have to file in New York where I physically did the work, but I'm on the list for Arizona too. And I just didn't think that was fair. So he said, if you're in the NBA, you have to file a tax return in every city you play in. Yes.
It used to be like that with the WWE. There were a lot of like fucking California. Any WrestleMania, fucking that. You make $250,000. You look at that fucking state tax bill. You go, and then on top of all that, so I forget what it was, but I got a significant amount hoodwinked from it from California, and when I filed for it, the state had went bankrupt, so they gave me like a fucking like pay you later voucher, and I filed that thing for 4 fucking years, and they never paid it. I mean, it was just like this lost money.
Would you have gotten interest?
I didn't get any money. How the fuck would I know? I got fined. I know I got fucked.
Razorback says, "Hey guys, killer show today as always. I was wondering what Kev thought about Raquel Rodriguez being called Big Mami Kool. I personally love homage." Also, K3 and K4 wrote in and said, "Please ask Kev to speak on Big Mami Kool and Heartbreak Perez. Those girls are obviously paying homage."
I mean, I think we've covered it a lot on the show. I'm a huge fan of hers. I think she gets better by the week. I mean, she's a fucking big time player now.
But the use of the Kliq era monikers, it must feel great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's especially with somebody that's talented, that's being pushed.
Right. That's true too. Who are they giving the name to? Very important. Who are they allowing to be big, sexy, anything, or big mommy, whatever? True that. Big like Big Daddy L.A. Night. Like, I don't know how they're using them now. If you'd want that on there, I don't think that would be allowed.
I still think he's talented. I just think
that's not the question.
He gets pounded.
Yeah. Kev, we talked about being a good shot, and it brings to mind STOPBOX, one of our new and dedicated sponsors. And what I'm holding here is courtesy of STOPBOX USA, this bad boy here. So let's say you are a weapon owner, and you need your gun for self-defense, and your storage currently is likely going to fit into one of two categories, okay? It's either going to be locked away, like safe out of reach, but, you know, in the case of an emergency, you know, might have an issue. Or it's unsecured and it's vulnerable. So this is the answer to all your prayers here. STOPBOX. Now, STOPBOX USA sees that problem, that conundrum, and they want to give you the peace of mind for both, okay? The groundbreaking solution, which I hold in my hands, is the STOPBOX Pro. You're never going to have to choose between security or readiness again, and it's all because of this device right here, okay? It's ingenious. It's a push-button locking system. I'm going to hold this real close. It's a combination of positioning your thumb and four fingers in whatever way you have programmed it to easily open this. Now, imagine you need this in the dark. Imagine you need to get access to your weapon in the dark, and you've got some kind of key system, and you're going to try to find a keyhole in the middle of the night? Or what if you've got a keypad? You're going to rely on a battery, something electronic? What if it died and you didn't notice it? So here, it's just the positioning of your fingers, a little pressure, and just like that, I just opened it. It's that fast. And I did not even look, because it's the positioning of your fingers. You can feel all the keys, and just push down, push your keys, and your box is open. You can finally have both, okay? The safety, the security, the readiness. STOPBOX's mechanical keyless system allows for fast entry and secure access. Don't worry about tariffs, because everything is sourced right here in the USA. All STOPBOX products proudly made in the USA in their own facility. And for a limited time, our listeners are going to get 15% off at STOPBOX when you use the code NASH at checkout. Head to stopboxusa.com. Use the code NASH for 15% off your entire order. Okay? That is stopboxusa.com with the code NASH. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Blake Sanctum wrote in and said, Eric is still heavily involved in the real American freestyle, if not even more than he was before Hulk passed. He and Conrad give updates on 83 weeks each week on how it's all going. Eric often does 83 weeks from various hotel rooms due to him being on the move. All right, well, I haven't listened to 83
I actually saw
weeks.
where they brought Kurt in, and they gave him like a piece of the company to and Kurt does I think he does color or
Yeah, I think he turned them down at first. There wasn't enough money when they first approached him, but I think now they came to an agreement, and he has a piece of the action now.
as he should.
You always get on with Kurt, okay?
God, yes.
Okay. Oh, you were with him recently, weren't you, at a signing?
Not in a while, but remember one of the last times we saw each other, we were sitting next to each other in these Brunswick bowling chairs in the hallway of this sold-out fucking indie show.
The ones that Scott used to like to take in the head, right?
Yeah. No, he said like to throw them off somebody's head. And but we're just sitting there, and Kurt's bent over, and both our fucking hands are went numb because our necks are so fucked up. And we're sitting there, and he looks over at me and goes, "If you knew you were gonna be this fucked up, would you still done what you did?" And I said, "Fuck no." He goes, "Me neither." I said, "You know what?" I said, "That's how miserable we are right this minute, because, you know, it is what it is, man. Like there's no take backs."
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not for the weak-hearted.
God, it's just like I was training back today, and I was doing one-arm rows, and I had a 110-pound dumbbell doing one-arm rows. I mean, super strict, 12 reps, and I said, and it was I kind of had to semi-cheat a little bit on 11 and 12, but but the form was still good, like not to the point where I was going to like tear a tendon or anything. And then that fucking voice in your ear goes, you know, man, you probably do 130s. And I said, no, you fucking can't, you dumb fuck. Like, stop. Like, no, because you're going to, something will pop, and then we're running out of tendon fucking, you know, to put back down with screws.
Right.
And one of my buddies said that to me. He says, you think you'll ever just, I said, do what? Like, I was watching Dorian Yates the other day, and I think of all the guys that have ever trained, I just, something about Yates. And he said, yeah, he said, he was talking to some guy, and he said, yeah, he says, you leave a couple of fucking reps in reserve. He says, he said, we call that a fucking wanker fucking workout. He says, you probably don't know what a wanker is. And I was just watching it. He says, yeah, he says, the Australians will probably know what a wanker is. He says, anyways, it's for shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, like, you don't leave any reps in there. Like, I took it to failure, to like strict failure. Then the 11th one was kind of a little sloppy. Then the last one was kind of a little bit more momentum, but I slowed it down on the negative. I thought, that's it, man. Like, we're going to go to another movement. Like, that we're not. So.
All right.
That's my highlight of my day is my workout.
Yeah. Well, no, you get some you get your CPAP application and use.
I do that at night.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I think I'm so blessed because I'd love to work out, and that's really all I have to do. And like Tamara will say to me every day, "What do you have to do today?" I said, "Work out." Like that's the only thing I have to do because I don't have any. My dentistry is done. I'm through my cardiologist for 90 days. So like I don't have anything I've got coming up. So
yeah,
I do got to get blood work in 3 weeks.
I've gotten to the point where I have to start to write. When I say get to the point, it may be the age, or it's just maybe having a lot going on. I don't know. It's probably more the age. 53 now. But I got to write stuff down. Particularly, and I have to force myself to follow a schedule. When there's stuff that's open, like when you got to be somewhere, like you got to be at the doctor at 10, or you have an appointment somewhere at 12, that's one thing. But when when you're writing 2 books, let's say, at the same time, there's too much freedom to do what you want to do that day. Or maybe you've got to make some calls, or maybe there's some podcast business you got to do, or one of the other industries that maybe if you're me, you're dealing with. And there's a lot of freedom in that, which is bad. So I have to schedule. I schedule myself with everything now. It makes it less fun, but I can kind of get more done. I think I'd fear not having something to do. I'd start to create something for me to do. I'd start to write an opera or something.
Not me.
Clearly not.
Not me.
I'm self-indulgent here, talking about myself a little bit, but
no, but I think that like right now, like financially, as far as the markets and everything else, like if I see Sorkin on one more fucking show about his fucking book on the Great Depression and how every indicator in that fucking book is basically
now
present right now in our market. Like I saw fucking today, like Meta dropped 11.5%. Like that was one of the drops today, and it's just like, and it seems to me like the street is starting to downplay, like they realize that AI isn't going to, like right now, if we had a crash, AI isn't going to pull anything yet. You know, it's just not ready to fucking, you know, to be the phoenix out of the ashes to pull the economy. So they're kind of, it's like, and then you look at, God, I saw the numbers. It's like UPS is getting rid of like 40,000 people. There's several people that are getting rid of 10,000 plus employees. So it's like
Shit's real, man.
yeah, and it's just, you know, and then gold like jumped to like 460, 470, 480, whatever the fuck it did. And now it dropped back down to like 400, and it's like you just don't know which way to go. I'm still not a crypto guy, but you see so many of these people like saying that by 2030 a Bitcoin will be worth $1 million. Worst case scenario, 2033. And I'm thinking, all right, so if you bought 3, you know, Bitcoin, and you had to wait out 10 years, I said, well, fuck. I said, I'll be 76. There's a good chance I could be dead, you know. And then they fucking, those things fucking, but I mean, they're not going to go from fucking 110,000 to $1 million. So, I mean, I'm sure that I could dump them at 500,000.
I was going to say, you'd probably see a little bit of profit before that day comes.
Yeah. But I just, you know, and they're talking about getting rid of currency and going digital, and they've already, you know, like we have in Florida, we've got the ID that's got the star on it, like, you know.
Real ID?
Yeah. So slowly the Orwellian fucking life is, and that's the beauty of everything. Is when it comes down to it, you just say to yourself, fuck it, man, you're 66. Like, I've been hit by so many fucking pitches, but I'm going to fucking dive out of the box on a fucking in close fucking curveball.
Right.
Fuck that, man. I'll put my fucking chin out there. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen?
Now, yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I gotta fucking go work with the Juggalos. If I can put my boots back on.
Listen, we'll have you.
Yeah, fuck, man. My homeboys.
I decided to bundle. There was some comments from me, so I put it all in one thing. Merlino Short said, Sean is such a try-hard. Mike Martin said, yeah, look at him. 20 years ago, he was a skinnier Mark. Looked ridiculous. And Travis Boaz summed it all up perfectly and said, Sean sucks, that is all. So I put it all in one digestible nugget for everybody today. At Roms86, Sean, can you tell me where you got those sunglasses? Do the frames have a certain name? Always wanted a pair of those.
Do you wear glasses?
I do. Well, I usually have contacts in, sometimes glasses, but
I didn't know if you just wore frames because they just look. You know.
I have some that are frames. I you know, it's an accessory these days.
Yeah.
Too, so.
No, I that's fine. I noticed you kind of doing a Bill Maher with the fucking hair coloring.
Oh, is it? No, yeah. Why the Bill Maher of all people? That's interesting. Is it
because Bill Maher fucking like, weekly his hair color changes, the degree of gray and the degree of coloration.
We're stepping it down a little. That's all.
But I mean, I'm just such a fucking low maintenance motherfucker, man. It's just. I don't give a fuck.
I'm high maintenance, probably. You'd probably consider me high maintenance. You're high maintenance in other ways, though. Don't for a second think because you don't put product in your hair that you're in any way easy to deal with. You're not a fucking picnic.
Oh, no, but that doesn't mean I'm high maintenance. I'm just a prick.
Which equals high maintenance. If you have a dance partner.
I don't give a fuck what I wear, what I do. I mean... high maintenance is
you have certain requirements for your life and lifestyle. It may not be hair color. It may not be skin cream. It may not be frames and tinted glasses. But you've got plenty of requirements that others have to learn to dance with if they're going to deal with you and do business with you. So just stop. So
Yeah,
at Rom's,
because I'm one of those people that fucking I'm a fuck you person.
right, correct.
That's what
Not saying it's not justified at all.
no. I
look at arrogance as a plus.
I don't.
If you've
take
earned
it.
it,
I don't take it as arrogance. I just take it as fuck you. I mean, you can say fuck you and get shot in the fucking forehead. It's not arrogant. It's just your personality.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. What do you want to say? Arrogance? You want to say
going through life at fucking 6'10" is completely different than going.
I think you're allowed at a certain level. You're allowed to be difficult.
There's a special on Netflix, right? I think it's on Netflix. It's on one of them, and it was about. I haven't watched it yet, but it's like the ancient giants that were on the planet.
Are you in it?
No, but Giant Gonzalez is no. I just think it's just a different. I think I was a much nicer person before my son passed.
Well, yeah, I mean
I
that'll
think
change a lot of outlook.
Yeah, I just think that. I mean, everybody else is talking about their grandkids. And I'm like, okay.
I get it.
Yeah, so I think I do. And you don't deserve to be a prick. I mean, I don't say I'm deserving to be a prick, but I know that I'm a prick, and I mean, I don't go out in public. I don't. It's not like
You go out in public.
But
you don't spend a lot of time out in public, but you do appearances.
I mean, I go to the gym.
Yeah. You could be a prick at the gym.
And I just want to say, I mean, I know that we have a new sponsor that's earbuds, but if you're going to go to the gym and wear your earbuds, that's great. But if you're going to wear your earbuds and not do anything and sit on a piece of equipment, and I'm fucking supersetting, and because you obviously don't train and you didn't fucking watch the flow of the room before you decided to fucking pilferate one of my fucking pieces that I was using.
Is there something visual that might indicate that the people with the headsets sitting on the stuff don't work out?
No, well, just they're just absolutely lack of awareness. Mm-hmm. This guy the other day he's on this curl machine. It's an incline curl machine. So I'm like, how many sets do you have left? After I had to tap him to fucking, to get him off his phone. This motherfucker stands up and walks out of my sight. So I do my fucking set, and there's a machine that's a tricep push-down machine that's got weights on it. It's a Cybex. And I'm supersetting that. So I'm doing fucking and this is kind of like it's my third of four movements. So, and I'm only going to do two working sets of each one. And I'm already at the point where I'm not doing a warm-up set. I go right into my working set. So I do that set, I turn around. This motherfucker is sitting on the tricep machine that's 30 feet back from where I was on his phone. And I walked over to him. I said, dude, I'm supersetting. I said, and he looks, he goes, oh, you're using both of them? I said, kind of, you need two things to be doing to do a superset. I said, I got an idea. How about you fucking put your phone away and do it with me? He goes, okay. So we do that. So I said, fuck it, I'll teach this guy how to do this. And I would do my set and then go do it, and then I'd walk back over. And I'm like, you got to keep going. Like there's no rest. We got to go. The rest is fun, And he did the 3 sets with me, and I went to walk away from me. He said, "Hey," he says, "You're Nash, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I always wondered why you like always stayed in shape." He goes, "You don't fuck around, do you?" I said, "It's the gym. It doesn't say fucking, bouncy ball house."
You really eat at that restaurant, huh?
Yeah, like, fuck, man. Like, you know exactly what to order, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, no shit, dude. Like, this is like the one thing your body doesn't want to do is it does not want to be in shape. Just doesn't want to. That's why you have lactic acid. Your body it does everything it possibly can. You drink a diet soda because you think it's fucking, I'm not drinking the sugar, and that fucking artificial fucking shit makes you fucking crave sugar worse. Like everything, it's a conundrum of just bullshit.
Right.
So it's like,
Patrick White, Kev, we see some things differently politically, me being on the conservative side of things, but overall, if politicians were common sense like both of us, the country would be better off. Both sides need to pull their heads out of their ass and put their big boy pants on and use their words to communicate with each other instead of blaming each other for everything wrong.
I think we had this conversation today between you and I.
Yes,
we had it earlier today when we spoke earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're both fucking fed up with it.
Yeah, Patrick White can be on the ticket.
Yep.
J-Rod, I love that there was an ad for Lunacy while watching this. I look forward to watching Lunacy more than Raw each week. I just hope Russo doesn't ruin it. He won't. Stay tuned. Get a little facelift over there.
Where's the Lunacy? Where can the people out there that aren't aware of the
Insane Cloud JCW Lunacy? It's on their channel. If you just do a YouTube search when we're done, of course, watch our show, and then go catch the most recent episode of Lunacy. Big things happening. Put some good shows in the can this past month. 9 tapings.
Where are they doing the tapings at?
The tour was 2 dates in Denver, Columbia. They did their
Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah, they're wrapping up in Detroit tomorrow night for the big Hall of Wicked show.
What venue do they use there?
Good question.
St. Andrews.
They use St. Andrews a lot, so I'm gonna guess they're back there. That's an old. I'm gonna say old, but it's Is it a historic site? I mean, I think it's been around a while.
Man, it's been around since I can recall.
Yeah. I don't know. I have. Oh, here it is. What's this here? Let me see. I don't have it on this list, but Columbus, Wichita.
I need him to do a Juggalo World Order, Hyman Cannabis, and Lions football trifecta one of these days.
And run the ad on Kliq This. That's how we roll.
JCW Lunacy. New episodes every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. For over 25 years, JCW has delivered the very best in pro wrestling entertainment, bringing fans deep storytelling drama, gut-busting comedy, and unbelievable in-ring action. From wild characters to unforgettable rivalries, don't miss a single moment. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. JCW Lunacy.
Daniel Clark, man, is there a bet 365 on Florida versus Jersey? That's a good way for Kev to make some money. Impeccable work. Remember, if it involves guns or sexual crimes, it's Florida. If it's gangster stuff, it's Jersey. The stereotype lives on.
Yeah.
Lot to learn from Nash. Just follow his lead on every week with Jersey Guy. We have another one coming up.
You know, the thing that they said that when Kennedy got into office, like there was going to be, you know, the peptides and the growth hormones, and I don't see any groundbreaking messaging where we're going to bring stem cells or put peptides on insurance or.
This is RFK Jr. When you said Kennedy got in office from it, I went back to 1960 and I thought,
Yeah, well, no,
I thought you lost your mind. There was no peptides. So, but okay, RFK Jr.
RFK
no, we're
Jr.
not seeing the stem cells being pushed to the front of the line like we'd hoped. Maybe they're working on it.
Well, it's you know, I look at him, man. I said I'm sure he's tried, but you know, big pharma is not. If the peptides didn't work, and they didn't make you healthier, like I think I look pretty good for 66, but I think a lot of that is because I know the fucking biohacks.
Mm-hmm. True that. Got a hack for you guys. KliqThisTV.com is how you become part of the live audience here. How you become part of the pre-show chat, the questions to Kev and the Ask Nash segment. You get the show early, you get the show without commercials. The hell else you want? KliqThisTV.com, the way to go. And KliqThisShop.com is open. Get your merch. Some great Kliq This wear. Kev, you know, Britt, Uncle Kev's making me want to do a colon cleanse. Britt, you still driving? You're on your way to Tampa, you said. I hope you're not typing as you drive. Wait for the red lights.
I hope you're not doing a colon cleanse while you're driving.
Imagine that. You'd have to pull into the white building by the bridge.
Thought I had a problem with urination.
Exactly.
You know, good
Cops
luck
would appreciate that.
Good luck getting that out of your leather.
You would that? You'd have to toss the seat, maybe. Homeboy would have been right when he wrote that in.
Well, but when he got to the fucking taking the drivetrain out, I thought it was a little over the top.
Kev, I watched Raw, and
I watched Raw.
I don't know why they produced a show this way. I guess because they're obligated to. But you know, from the opening promo to the credits, I feel like their go-home shows are not being planned with the gravitas that should make me want to watch what's coming next, whether it's a premium live event or Saturday night's main event, which is the case. You're listening afterwards, but we're talking about this right before Saturday night's main event. The opening promo actually made me maybe want to miss Saturday night's main event. It was Punk and Uso. It was a big bag of nothing. Kev, if you don't have anything to have these characters say, if there's nothing that you have that's going to advance a storyline, but you want to plug the upcoming show, what can you do? Could you do a package of these guys? What's happened?
It's so hard
before?
because you've got an arena full of people. And they're not going to be. They didn't pay the money they paid to watch a package.
Good point.
You know, so you definitely have to. You want to show your stars. It's just that nothing from Jay. But fuck, man, like you get out there and Punk, you know, basically does his Mark Twain fucking solo act as Richard Whitmark. You know, it's like. It's just Punk's so fucking good, and Jay's kind of fucking street cred, got a couple of things to say. You know, it's not going to be a Cody Punk back and forth. You know, but that's but that's what.
So why put it on?
But you have to cover it. You just have to hope that it turns out. I'm sure it wasn't booked exactly like that, and it's just like anything else. Was it what was talked about in the creative room? Probably not. They probably had envisioned something different. But the last thing you want to do is you've got two. The hardest thing on earth is you've got two baby faces. So you're not going to have physicality. And
But what an opportunity to get clever and do something so different. I just feel like nothing's being done. I don't know. They're just giving up on it. Too many interests. WWE get too big. Too many other things. Not worrying about the core product. Had LA Knight, who came out and cut a promo saying he's ready to take on whoever wins CM Punk versus Jey Uso. He's ready for that. That was his promo. Then he went out and did a clean job to Braun Breaker. What's going on? Why are we writing this?
But Braun gave him fucking 95% of the match. So
Which I don't think. I mean, if Braun's the horse to bet on, I don't think that's the thing to do either.
all I know is that Charlotte and Bliss are one win away from having the most title defenses of any. So,
and that's what you picked up from the 2 hours of Raw. That's my point.
Damn right.
That's my point. The lineup for Saturday
and Big Mami Kool fucking got her shit in. So,
right.
I thought Nikki looked good.
Yeah. I hate to be critical. I've never taken a bump. And wrestlers tend to have this thing like, well, if you're not a wrestler, you don't have nothing to say. Well, that's not true, because you're not a chef. And when you don't get food you like in a restaurant, you have something to say. When you're not a filmmaker, when you go to a movie, you didn't like it, you have something to say. So we all have something to say if we're viewing. I never like the one-footed drop kick, Kevin. And Nikki rocked that, and I mean, I guess.
But she does a lot of things with that. She does like that. It's kind of a sweeping side kick. She does several moves. I think that's just, I don't know. It's like a pitching motion to me. I never was a big fan of the person that drop kicked and landed on their back.
No, but look at someone, I don't know, Ricky Steamboat, Jim Brunzell. I mean, some of these guys that got the height, got completely vertical, got the 2-foot tap, turned the body, landed. I mean, there's an art to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she botched the spot. I think it was probably an intentional move, but I just feel the drop kick needs to be 2 feet.
To me, the foot connected, you know? So, I mean, I didn't see
No, it wasn't a whiff. No, it wasn't a whiff.
No, and I don't know. To me, I say kudos to 99% of the work that happens out there, because I just know that those people are not getting the reps that we used to.
Just because of the schedule, yeah.
Yeah, like if I was wrestling Nikki, we would have had fucking 35 matches before we were on fucking Raw.
Right, that's true.
You know, and that was the beauty of that whole situation. Like you were on the road working somebody completely opposite than you were going to work at the pay-per-view, because you'd already got that guy's timing. So I'm going to go work with Sean, but I'm working Double J on the house shows. So they just, you know, that's just a fundamental difference of the business right now. And the way that guys come and go, I mean, fuck, I was hurt a lot. And I missed, you know, later in my career, I was hurt a lot. And I would miss, you know, 8 months here, 5 months here, 4 months here. And then, you know, to come back but they just give people time off. And then they've got to, you know, come from doing whatever they're doing. Like I saw that, I think it was Naked Gun. I saw a clip where Cody was the bartender. You know, I didn't see the movie, but I'm just thinking like these guys are, you know, the people in this company are doing a whole lot of fucking shit besides what we see. You know, like I say to people all the time now, this is not a wrestling company. This is a fucking entertainment company. It's WWE is World Wrestling Entertainment.
Right.
And I think you have to fucking take that. Now, I watched, and I wish Wes was here. I watched a match between Hangman and Ambrose. It was I think it was a fucking I Quit match. And I watched that and I was just like, fuck. I mean, it was like a snuff film. I mean, it was, I mean, you know, like, so, I mean, I get like, and I enjoyed the match. I sure as fuck wouldn't want to have it, but I enjoyed the fuck out of it because it was so fucking, it was gritty. It was, I mean, they did some shit, man, that you can say what you want about either one of them, but especially like Dean don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah. You don't want to see people take unnecessary chances, though. There's that line, right? It's like
he doesn't get hurt,
right?
So
Yeah,
obviously
right.
he's it's like Darby. Like Darby does some crazy fucking shit, and it's just like he's just Jeff Hardy fucking did it for 1 billion years,
Of course.
and is still doing it. You know.
Yeah.
There's special people in our business. It's like, I'm sure that like in those Braveheart battles that were back in that fucking century, and that, you know, there's 20,000 people out there swinging fucking clubs and swords and fucking shooting arrows. And at the end, there's 9 guys standing. Those would be the 9 guys standing that just somehow fucking, you know, they just have the anti-death gene.
Right. Yeah, the longevity gene is there.
Yeah, fuck.
Speaking of which, Abby is recovering for
What happened to Abby?
he was a little health blip. Now he's 84 years old, Kevin. I'm going to open the article right now and see. He was it just says serious health issues. They did issue a hospital photo. He is smiling. He's awake, recovering, smiling, and in great spirits. So that's all I have is health
I
issues.
saw 2 days ago that Mike Rotunda was in hospice. And I've been trying to find some information out on that.
Okay, the daughter put out a statement today that he's not in hospice care. That he was in the hospital. I think it was a heart attack. And he's in a rehabilitation facility. That's the latest.
Okay.
As of now, from his daughter. So it wasn't hospice, it was a recovery center.
That really upset me.
Yeah. He's young. He's 60.
He's my age.
Yeah.
Like 65, 66. I'll never forget, I've told the story 1,000,000 times, but he was like my first road trip of house shows. I worked with Mike and Tim Horner, and me and my partner were so fucking bad. Oh, God. And I would go out, and like Mike just kind of took me under his wing, and every night we'd go out and we'd do a spot, and then we'd add a little bit to it, and we'd have like 3 or 4 different encounters during the match where, you know, he'd grab a head and he'd call something, and, you know, at the beginning it's just like, you know, I tackle you, shh, and no fucking idea what you're doing, and that's the lost art, but man, that's when like these guys lay shit out. Back then, man, like you didn't see that person. The first time you saw him is when he was in the ring with you.
Yeah.
And
communication in the ring.
Yeah,
that is a lost art.
You had to call everything. And I remember he said, slam me, drop an elbow. And I fucking hit him with an elbow, and I could hear him go like, "Ugh!" Like, fuck. Like, he after the match, in the back, and he said better, you know, he kind of he critiqued me. He said, listen, he goes, can you be at center stage at 11 o'clock? I'm like, yeah. He fucking laid down in the ring at center stage and let me drop elbows on him for a fucking hour.
Just to have you get it right.
Just, yeah. And then he would he'd drop 2 or 3 on me. Then he'd say, okay, see, little simple things is like pulling the leg closer to your body, pulling that across as you fucking turn. Like all the little nuances that fucking make an elbow. And then, of course, your hip lands before your fucking body does on them. So you take the brunt of it, not the person that's taking the elbow, which I didn't realize until Mike pointed it out. But I'll always...
You were putting all your weight on the arm when you were going down?
Oh, I was just dropping it like you would, like you were going to... Fuck, I didn't know.
Gotta find footage of these early Nash matches. We can...
Yeah.
But I brought up the Abbey story, number one, to hope that he's okay. But secondly, he's 84. He spent the great majority of his life, 1,000 pounds if he was 5 pounds. And traveling all over, a lot of shots in Japan, international flights. You know how that is when you're a larger gentleman.
Oh, fuck.
Airports, in the ring, all over the ring, bleeding every night, weapons, beating the shit out of himself and others. There's got to be some kind of conditioning that if you're gonna be that size and work for that long too, that the longevity of his career is another thing too. How the hell do you do it? How do you?
I just think it's, again, I think that's a freak of nature.
Yeah, genetics, right?
Yeah.
You should not be that large for that long, be able to have that stamina and still be going at 8.
Because it wasn't like he worked at any kind of a breakneck speed.
No, it was all very deliberate, very slow.
I'll
But
never
still.
forget the first time he came into center stage. First time I ever watched him work. And fucking man, it was a handicap match. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 guys, but I mean, he had a kendo stick. He beat the fuck out of these guys. He dropped that whole fucking elbow thing he used to do.
Elbow.
Yeah, lat bow. I mean, just crunch these fucking guys. And I just sat there and I watched it. And it was one of those light bulb moments where you go like, oh, I get it. Come into a territory, fuck everybody, get over at any expense. And then I watched Rude come in 2 years later, and he was working with Sting. And it was in Milwaukee, and Sting had a birthday party thing afterwards, and Rude came in the back, and Rude fucking hit Sting with 3 or 4 live round punches. Fucking closed Sting's eye. And the fucking next week on TV, fucking Sting, and it was just like, and Rude said, sorry, man, slipped, whatever the fuck it was, but it was just like, fucking, he made sure he got over.
Wow.
Yeah,
But listen, though, that's not what this business is about. I mean, getting over is what it's about, but hurting somebody that gives you their body, that's not cool.
Snugging them, hurting them's one thing. I just listened to Taker told a story with Brody, and I guess fucking Mark early in the match fucking kind of semi-snugged Brody, and then he went out to the floor, and he says, and Brody hit him with a chair. He goes, I'm not talking about a steel folding chair. He said, I'm talking about like a fucking, like a wooden chair that'd be on the deck of a boat. And he said he hit him so fucking hard with it that the fucking thing exploded it like into splinters. And you could just see Mark smiling. Mark said, it hurt like fuck, but like I deserved it. Like I did fucking snug him earlier.
Sting's thing was face paint. You needed to see his face, messing his eye up. Where, you know, people pay to see the paint and the, you know, you're fucking up his gimmick. It's not just going stiff on him or hitting him with a chair. You're fucking up his ability to perform. And it's not a receipt. Sting didn't do anything to him.
No. But I think that the fucking shot that, because the cake got all over the place, and I think fucking Rude honestly fucking slipped in the shit and was just throwing fucking.
Well, if it was an accident, it was an accident.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think he fucking came in and said, "I'm gonna bust him open."
Well,
but it wouldn't. When you watched it back, it was like he came in there to get over,
right,
and he got over,
which would mean it was somewhat deliberate.
Yeah, I don't know. I think anybody that's ever worked a TV match knows, man, when you got somebody in that corner and that fucking, you see that red light on that camera right behind them, that's when you say, sorry, brother. I'm not going to hit you in the T-zone, but I'm going to fucking lay these in.
Right, but again,
that's to protect the business.
But this is...
Yeah, that's a T-zone.
That's off limits. Right?
Yep, should be.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of the low blow in boxing. Hey, low blow. How about the high spot of the show? This is not a low blow. Our friends Nikki Ray Sinatra, Courtney at Get Blitzed Lit Aid. That's right, nano infused. They got the Delta 9 THC sip and syrup if you want to be your own mixologist and put it into a beverage of your choice. Or the Kliq This Get Blitzed Lit Aid mixers and cans. Damn, if I had any left, I'd be drinking one right now for that 5 milligram delivery of that lovely relaxing THC. The pre-canned, the Kev's Key Lime, Sean's Blue Raz. Or, like I said, if you want to mix your own, take a teaspoon of the syrup, put it in a beverage of your choice, and a fast onset there, 5 to 15 minutes. Nano-infused means it goes right into your bloodstream, bypasses breakdown in the liver, so it's kind of like alcohol that way. And it'll help you feel nice and chill. So if you're in Maryland, go hit up a Stay Lit smoke shop, but for the rest of us, it's legal to ship from the Get Blitzed website to almost all 50 states without a med card as long as you're over 21. And now you can save 15%. The code you're looking for is Kliq, K-L-I-Q, at checkout. Go to get-blitzed.com, get-blitzed.com. Code is Kliq, and save yourself 15%. Thank you, Mickey Ray. Thank you, Get Blitzed.
If you're a rookie, we just want to inform you, it's been a while since we have, that less is more.
Yeah, go put your foot in the pool first, right?
Yeah, to see where you're at. But anybody that I know that I've told about it that's ordered the product, I have not had one person that was in any form, fashion disappointed in the results.
Oh no, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Get-blitzed.com.
I think Mr. Kaufman jumped into
Mr. Kaufman went more than a teaspoon.
He went into the deep end. He hit it like I hit fucking codeine cough medicine.
He went the route to be his own mixologist. He did not get the pre-mixed. Maybe the answer is get the Kliq This cans because it's pre-mixed. It's the 5 milligrams. It's
catatonic.
Right. And that was 2 teaspoons?
1 1/4, really.
I did 1 teaspoon last night and watched The Long Walk.
Bet it felt longer than it actually was.
No, I think the saving grace,
the long nap,
was the fucking it was the buzz.
Oh, that kept you in.
Yeah, because I was because you know how it is, man. Once you get dialed in, you're like a sniper. I mean,
you were locked right in.
I still don't get the fucking Luke Skywalker fucking casting, but that's just gonna be my fucking own problem.
Hey, you said sniper, and it made me think of Florida Man and Jersey guy. So let's get one of these in here. Kev, you've been doing stellar lately. Let's see if you keep the record up. People feel if you can get on a FanDuel or something and get some odds on this, you'd be a rich man. All right, 2 actual headlines. I'm talking about a Florida man in one. We're talking about a Jersey guy in the other. And Kev will, just from hearing the headlines, be able to discern the behaviors of each. First headline, man arrested after $18,000 wine heist at Italian restaurant. And the second headline, she thought they were celebrating her pregnancy. Then he shot her in the head for refusing to have an abortion.
I'm going to go on the wine being a guinea/mob.
Didn't know we could go there these days. Good thing I wasn't talking about a dice game in an alley in Detroit.
And I'm going to go with the shot her in the head abortion to the old fucking Florida. Everybody can have a gun.
All right, he's got it. I gotta get better with these. So we're gonna go to Middlesex County.
What's worse? Is it worse to say Dago or Guinea?
I think it's all just colorful language, and I think we should all be fine with it. But I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody. Vincenzo's Ristorante, a long-running Italian restaurant on Boundbrook Road, in somewhere in Middlesex County. A late-night burglary by a gentleman named Deshaun Durant of Jersey City. I may know him. He was arrested after committing this, and
I think he's a defensive back for the fucking Cowboys.
no longer, because surveillance footage and evidence collected at the scene show he forced his way through a rear door, made off with nearly $6,000 in wine and $12,000 in cash.
That's a pretty good little haul scheme.
That's a haul. I'm thinking now he must have known, unless he backed a semi up to be able to get $6,000 worth of wine, to be able to carry that out, he had to know the expensive bottles.
Yeah.
This is actually a well thought out crime, and I'm going to guess Deshaun Durant from Jersey City. I don't know how much fine wine he's had in his life. I'm going to guess that he did some research and knew what the hell he was doing there. He's got to get some props for that crime. Unlike the one in Florida here, this is pretty tough to defend this one.
His twin killed the fucking...
No, we should be on to someone else now. The poor young lady in the photo, they're gorgeous. That was Kaylin Fengo. 18.
Steve, did you have a stroke?
I was wrong the first time.
He went to.
This is
in fact
the
Donovan
Florida.
Faison of Florida. We're looking at here.
Can we see the other? Where's the wine guy at?
Do you have a photo of the wine? I don't think there was a.
There's
photo.
not a photo of the wine guy.
No, it's just a police car, I think. And so charges on this gentleman here stem from the death of 18-year-old
so Kliq this
Kaylin.
is just gonna we're just gonna fucking bash the black guy, right?
Oh, look at you, the sensitive one. He did it.
That's true. You are a guilty fucker. You should.
We're not going to protect him for.
He's that fucking Planned Parenthood guy.
Clearly not, because the Seminole County Sheriff's Office was able to find a text message between Faison and Fengo, which he expressed displeasure when he learned about the pregnancy. She first announced the news by sending a photo of 2 positive pregnancy tests. He accused her of lying and texted abortion. It's just all horrible. Prosecutors argued at trial that he felt angry and pressured because he was living with another woman at the time, and she suspected him of cheating. So he then sent a friend a text that said, "On my brother's grave, I'm going to crop her out." And, he was a man of his word. So, Kevin, another successful Florida man, Jersey guy. I'm going to have to do the ones like you said, where someone drives an SUV into a 7-Eleven or someone drives a station wagon into a 7-Eleven. All right, back with Kliq This, the Kevin Nash podcast. Guys, we know how you enter the room, and that's with your tool first. So let's think about this. We want to be able to present for our partner. So I'm obviously talking about BLUECHEW. It's not just a tablet. It's a cheat code for the crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave you downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. BLUECHEW's the original brand offering chewable tablets.
It's like Bobby Knight hit that son of a bitch with a chair.
Yeah, exactly. Chewable tablets for better action. All right. If you've been maybe some testimonials you could share. Have you been kicked out of a museum for carrying a loaded sculpture in your pants? This is not a supplement. It's an erection resurrection, as Walt Clyde Frazier might have said, covering a Knicks game in the past. Guys, this is not just about performance. The beauty of this is the process. It's all done online. Go to BLUECHEW.com and discover your options, because you're going to consult with the licensed medical professional right there online with a little back and forth talk, and then the prescription is prepared and sent to you right there online, and it's in your mailbox in days, okay? The special deal we've always given our listeners, first month free. Go to BLUECHEW.com. You're just going to pay $5 for a little shipping. The code you're going to use is NASH, N-A-S-H. That's it. Join BLUECHEW's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BLUECHEW.com for details and important safety info. And we thank BLUECHEW for sponsoring us from day one.
Bubba.
And some of our friends here who went to KliqThisTV.com and joined the 11 Soft Club are here to do some Ask Nash. Like,
you know, I just want to say though that
go ahead.
With the BLUECHEW, there's always that chance that if your girl's been giving you a hard time, you can humble her.
Right. Give her a hard time. Make sure the arch happens. Steve, send me somebody. David Van Bogelen. Kev, I seen a video with the son of Rick Rude saying you walked up beside him and said, I can tell you some stories about your dad, then smiled and walked off. I'd love to hear a Rick Rude story. Well, we just heard an unfortunate one.
Yeah. Rick was great, man.
Was he a good road partner? I mean, he may fatten your eye up because he wants to get over in his new territory, but how was he did you ride with him? He smoked like a chimney. I always heard that about him.
I was his driver for, God, almost a year.
I think it was it talking about hockey? Somebody talked about when they rode with Rude, he put a towel across the dashboard in front of him, and under the towel, lined up, almost like ammunition, were joints, almost the entire...
Oh, I tell a story that, because I could roll. And he had those big-ass fucking fingers, man. He could roll with his shit. He'd roll like the middle of it. Every time he rolled, it looked like a dead body in a fucking rug.
Had the fat center.
Yeah, fat center. And so we'd take off, and he'd take his gimmicks, and we'd have our beers, whatever, and I'd sit over there and clean and roll. And then once I got 4 or 5 joints done, then he'd fucking pull over because his pills would be kicking in, and I'd drive. But I remember one time he lit a joint, and he handed me a joint. Like, he lit the joint and handed it to me. So I'm hitting it, and he lights another one. And then
2 going.
So I don't want to have it up here, and I'm driving, so I put it in the ashtray. Next thing you know, he hands me a fucking joint. And it's lit, and I'm fucking going to take a hit, and I'm going to put it back in the ashtray, and there's the one that I had in the ashtray. So we got 3 joints going in the car, and there's 2 of us. I said, Rick, we don't need any more. I said, put one of them out. He goes, wow, we just got to smoke faster. So.
Yeah, that's consistent with Honky's story.
Yeah.
So. Thank you, David. Feel better, David. Having some health issues there. You'll pull through.
I'll say a prayer for you tonight.
Our people always do. Edgar Watson, please tell us when our alien overlords get here on the Comet that you will be our ambassador and not Trump. You think you can welcome our visitors when when Atlas gets here?
You know, they lost my headset here.
If you're listening, Kevin's just thrown his headset across the room.
I'm out of my fucking. So they say that when it comes around the sun here in like 2 days, that we're gonna get the best view of this
flying turd.
Well, I hope it's to me, it's one of those things like, if it is just a fucking asteroid, that's great as long as it's not on a fucking beeline to us.
Right. Well, that's the thing.
I mean, I don't think that the one that killed the dinosaurs was the size of Manhattan. So.
Right. Who's next?
Do you imagine fucking all this shit we go through, everything, and then just fucking turn around and just like, oh fuck, we got 72 hours before this thing rams into us.
Well, I hope
what would you do?
There should be, with 72 hours.
72 hours.
I'd get a projection of where it's going to hit and not be there.
Doesn't matter.
I think tidal waves and
fucking the molten, it's. If you've ever seen any of the fucking AIs of what killed the because once it hits and it turns almost, it's like a nuclear bomb, then the air is like 144 degrees.
What if I'm in the air? What if this happens while I'm flying on Saturday, maybe? And so that I don't feel the impact of the Earth. I'll be airborne.
You'll just have nowhere to land.
Well, I'll be landing in Florida, and
it'll be under tsunami, flash, fires.
I think I'm touching down in Orlando. Maybe I'll stay central. I won't go to the coast. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work it out. We have a few days. I have 2 days.
We'll figure it out. And if it's aliens, I hope to God they're friendly.
I hope they're legal, or else ICE is going to grab them. Ace Ramon, I saw Mick Foley at a meet and greet in Eugene last week, and he wanted me to ask you if you recall the circumstances that led to Mick meeting Daisy Duke Catherine Bach and holding her hand. He seems to think you'll remember this.
Yeah, it had to be because I was trying to hold his hand at dinner, and it ended up I kept telling Mick this. I'm thinking this is the story. We were at God, I forget what this Morton's maybe in Chicago, and I kept asking Mick. I said, Mick, let's hold hands like sophomores, like this, interlocking. And I think she caught wind of it, and they ended up holding hands.
Well, shit. I mean, if that would get me to be able to hold Catherine Bach's hand at the table, you could have put, Vader's hand in my hand. You could put Abby's hand in my hand with the blade in the finger. Like I would have gone to great lengths. How was Mick's hand? Was it soft and supple? I wouldn't imagine it would be.
He wouldn't hold my hand.
He didn't do it. He didn't.
We did
the job for you.
No, I remember one time we were outdoors at a baseball thing, and we were like the special guests. We came out. We just did like a promo thing. But when we first came out, we decided that we were going to do that. You've seen the movie Step Brothers, right?
No.
So you're the guy. Anyway, there's a scene and Will Ferrell's going to hug his biological brother, and they've just never hugged before, and it's this real awkward hug that's kind of, you'd have to know the scene. I can't even explain it. But Mick and I shook hands and then went into that hug in front of all these people, and like nobody got the reference except us. And then we even tried to bring it home with fucking Catalina wine mixer and everything else, but it was a no-go.
Yeah. So he'd seen the Oscar-winning film also?
I can't believe you haven't seen Step Brothers.
I haven't seen it. Why would I see it?
Because it's funny as fuck.
Was it a big hit? I mean, like you're assuming that I
It'd be like saying you didn't see
feed.
fucking Animal House.
Well, that I saw. All right. Next, Ivan's True Family Stories. I hit plateau weight loss plateau and decided to go to the gym twice a day, every 3 days with more cardio. Should I add more calories on the 2 days or the rest days? Thank you, Uncle Kev. Macro total calories from calories 2680 kcal protein minchia San Pasquale. What am I looking at here? Macro total. Is this his intake? What am I looking at? This looks like a label from something.
Those are his macros. That's his intake. So
Okay.
260 grams of protein, 74 grams of carbs, 40 grams of
what
fat.
What is the alcohol calorie intake?
It says 984. So
Yeah,
apparently
they're
984 of his 2680.
There's your problem. It's the 984. So number one, when you consume beer before you go to sleep, the first thing your body has to metabolize is the alcohol because it's poison, and you're not going to metabolize anything else. So you're definitely not going to metabolize. You can't metabolize alcohol and fat. So as long as you continue to drink, you won't lose any weight. If you go to the gym twice a day, you're going to overtrain. You should be training maybe 3 days a week, 4 tops, and then doing cardio the other 2. You definitely need to rest more, but 1,000 calories, I mean that's a pound every 3 days. So in the course of a week, you're consuming 2 pounds of empty calories. So that's why you're plateaued.
All right. He knows, Ivan. Tyler Blair, do you think Luna would have made a great main event heel in this woman's roster had she been born in this generation? From everything I've seen, she had all the right tools, just bad timing.
Undersized.
Today?
I think that, because I mean, Becky's a heel, and Becky's attractive. I don't think Luna was as good a worker as Becky is. So.
Well, you don't have to be a good worker to be a great main event heel.
You do in today's world. I mean, shit. That 9 times out of 10, the best thing on the show is
today. There's much more of an emphasis.
The girls' work rate is fucking outstanding.
Yeah. Just think back to another time, right, where you could maybe get away with the look.
Yeah, I mean, Luna versus fucking Debbie when her and Deuce would have matches. I mean, that was, but Deuce was so fucking good. Deuce could have. She was 5'6". She was a sweetheart.
Rhea 5'7".
Yeah, but Rhea's Rhea's like fucking Wemby. Rhea looks like she's not real. Rhea looks like she's AI. I was watching her boyfriend was doing pull downs, and she jumped on his back during the fucking doing pull downs and hooked her legs. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, and that was the same thing I said when I met her, like in the gym. She was she was so much smaller than I thought she would be. I thought she'd be like I thought she'd be like Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she'd be that, like Charlotte size. But her charisma fucking just is ungodly.
Let's see who can wrap me up. Hey, Britt, thoughts on the Mania poster? No women on the Mania, and where the fuck is Randy Orton? Who did he piss off?
Yeah, I did. I guess there's only 4 places at the table. My whole thing is that I heard on the internet that they weren't bringing Brock back for quite some time. So, like, to squash Cena on his farewell tour and then, like, just kind of have that just be a squash and then done, it's just, I don't know.
And Stephanie. Is this Stephanie's first time here? I don't know. That's it. Is Stephanie
Pretty
McMahon?
sure, yeah.
Who do you think is winning the WWE Women's Championship match between Jade and Tiffany at Saturday night's main event?
I hope Jade does as she turned.
Yeah. I think that would make sense. I think that's where that's going to go.
She's needed to be a fucking heel for so long. And she just, I mean, that's another person that just, you know, she looks like she's from a fucking Marvel comic book.
Amazing.
She's such a, I mean, she fucking gigged her head open good too, man. She fucking, she's like got a little fucking line in her head. I'm like, fuck, man, easy on that mug.
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck that fucking face up. Jesus. Where was it at? Were we at SummerSlam? She was flying she was flying the earlier flight to Atlanta, but we met at TSA and we sat down and just talked for about 10 minutes. And it was like the first time I met her in person. And I was just like, wow. Mm-hmm. Like, what a fucking, like, just stunning, just everything. The way she's her clothing, the way she just handles herself, I was just like, wow. Like, that's something special.
All right, Jesus Christ, calm down. Agreed. One more, Steve. Send me one more. Let's wrap this party up here. Who's going to play us out? David. Okay, Sean, come on. I need to sit down and watch a comedy masterpiece. If I get some time in my very busy schedule, I'll seek to do that. Kliq. This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media. Produced in association with Podcast Heat. Created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver. Producer Steve Kaufman. Graphics by Dominic D'Angelo. Title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson. Theme song by Dale Oliver. Technical research by Tristan Nash. Copyright 2025. Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, you want to do another one?
I just got a message from Tristan. He says, I can't believe Sean hasn't seen stuff.
He would say that too.
He would too. Be like, really? That was like one of the movies, no matter where it was at, we would watch on TBS or whatever.
Well, I'll watch it because it's for
tea.
Customer service never answers a thing. Let us free to breathe in air we're supposed to breathe. Twists and turns you've come to love me. Now I'm cold, I'm frozen. Baby, we're broken, and the customer service never answers a thing. Yeah, the customer service never